What's up, everyone? So I'm here at Hitch Fit with Jim. Jim's last day today as far as his after pictures, and I gotta tell you, he came a long way. Just to give you a little bit of insight of where he was day one, he came in at 222.6 pounds, 18.73% body fat. His stomach measured at 40 3/4 inches. Today he was 183.3 pounds, 5.4% body fat, and he measured at 31 3/4 around his stomach for almost 40 pounds of fat loss gone, 13.5% body fat, and 9 inches around his stomach. So here's some before pictures of day one there. So take us back to day one. How are you feeling?
Like crap.
Yeah.
Didn't look very good either. Felt lethargic, tired, ready for a change.
So give us a little bit of background about, did you ever work out? Did you know anything about dieting or nutrition? How did you get to this point?
Well, I've been through a couple of yo-yo cycles where I've lost weight and gained it. I was in the military, so trained hard, stayed in shape for quite a long time, got out, of course got married, and life happens.
Sure.
And you get a little bit older and you just start losing it, and you think you can train like you did when you were 21 years old.
Sure.
And now 10 years later you have to change things up, and it didn't occur to me that I needed to change the way I trained, the way I ate, and I was doing things that I was doing back when I was a kid. So I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I was eating correctly, and obviously I wasn't.
So what changes did you make throughout the transformation that obviously got you to where you are now?
Well, at first I was basically going exactly what you said to do.
Yeah.
With the diet and the nutrition and the training regimen that you put me on, followed it to a T, and knew that if I didn't want to look like this anymore and I wanted to get to where I wanted to be, that I needed to follow exactly what you're doing. So
yeah, awesome. So how difficult was it to make the transition to that lifestyle to a new one, and what positive things came out of it, other than the obvious of you looking better?
You know what, for me, it was difficult, but it wasn't hard internally because I hated the way I was.
Yeah.
And I wanted to change so bad that I was ready for it, that it didn't matter what it took from me, I was going to do it no matter what.
Sure.
Physically, day to day, it was difficult. At first, the diet was the hardest thing because you're just not used to eating that way.
Sure.
But after a while, it became easier and easier, and it was like when you didn't follow that diet, you just felt different. You didn't feel like you were doing something the right way.
Sure.
So the first, say, month was the most difficult. After that, it just became second nature.
Yeah, sure. So you accomplished a humongous goal during this transformation. I mean, you started obviously wanting to get in good shape, and then I somehow convinced you to step on stage at the Wbff World Championships, which, people, if you don't know what the Worlds is, like the top show of fitness models of the world. All the guys in magazines, covers of magazines. So Jim competed his first show. So the prep for that and the whole experience, how was it?
That was an entirely new and different ballgame.
Yeah.
There's dieting and training to transform your body, and then there's dieting and training to get on stage.
Yeah.
Two completely different things, and it just it was much more difficult.
Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. So how was the show itself?
The show was awesome. It was a great experience. I loved it from start to finish. I liked the build up to it. I liked the additional training. I'm goal oriented, so
Sure.
I like to set a goal and achieve it. And I went in there knowing that I wasn't competing for a championship. I was competing for myself to be competitive with
Sure.
other people on stage and look like that. So there wasn't any pressure on me. It was great because I wanted to beat myself in a sense.
Awesome.
So it was a really good experience.
Awesome. So a few little things that he accomplished here at the gym. I think Jim has the record for pull-ups. I think he did 24, 25 or something in a row. Push-ups, you're up there too. How many did you do those?
I think it was
in a row without stopping.
87.
87, 90, something like that, which is, you know, phenomenal. He's a bigger guy, so, you know, pushing out and pulling up those pull-ups, that's phenomenal. So, as far as the future, what do you got planned for the future?
Well, I feel like a broken record when I say that I want to get into some kind of training or get into the nutrition field, because it seems like every client you change or do a transformation to wants to jump into the industry. But I really found a passion in it, and I really like the nutrition aspect of it. I think it's a lost art where, you know, people just don't know how to feed themselves.
Sure.
They don't nutritionally know what, you know, to put in their body at the right times and the right foods. I think that in itself is a lost art, and I'm really into that aspect of it. But I'm studying to become a trainer.
Awesome.
And like to see where that goes and pursue a.
So Jim is eventually going to be a trainer here and transform clients much like himself, which is phenomenal. And then in May, we have the WBFF coming to Kansas City, so he's going to do a round 2 maybe, possibly, and get on stage and tweak his diet a little bit and his training a little bit to even, you know, come in a little bit harder and a little bit more ripped. So that'll be awesome. What can you say to people out there that were in your situation that, you know, had a decent build to begin with, but, you know, we're holding the fat and just making maybe not the best choices?
I would say just to make a start. That's the hard step, is the first step, and especially guys like me, you know, we think we know what we're doing.
Sure.
Talk to somebody. If you don't like the spot that you're in right now, at least go talk to somebody and see if they can tweak a little something that you're doing to make a little bit of change, because I was kind of like in a cycle where I was doing the same exact routine, the same exact workout, the same exact diet, and not going anywhere. And the minute I came here, it changed immediately. So talk to somebody like Micah that actually knows what they're doing, set aside the ego, and go for it.
The biggest thing that I like about transformation, you know, I love seeing people go from point A to point B, but during the process, there's certain clients that you build a relationship with, you know, on the friend side of things, and obviously at some point there'll be a trainer here too, and it's just, you know, it's amazing, the whole transformation of where Jim started, you know, and he was always a good guy, but just how every single week he'd come in, he was working so hard, his body was changing, but his mood, his confidence, waking up in the morning with more energy, all of that started changing, you know, for a positive. And, you know, at the end of this, you have a phenomenal body, you're doing really, really well, your wife is very active and wanting to get into it quite a bit, and, you know, and you made a new friend. So I appreciate all your hard work, man. You look awesome.
Thank you.
You did awesome. You're going to inspire so many people. Thank you so much for following us here at hitchfit.com. You know, if you are ready for a transformation, regardless if you work with me or if you work with somebody else out there just on your own, you know, it's your choices day in, day out that are going to cause you to succeed. So go out there and make the right choices and work hard. Thanks a lot, everyone.